Lisa Renee was born in 1978 in St. Croix on the U.S. Virgin Islands to Agnes and Nicholson Renee. Now, she moved to Arlington in June of 1994 to live with her older sister Pearl. Very smart child, won numerous academic awards, and she was set to attend Lamar High School. Lisa had future plans to get into the medical field and become a doctor. Her mother, Agnes, described her as an angel. She was everyone's sunshine on a cloudy day, and she was never selfish and always giving. 3 months after moving to Texas, she was abducted by Orlando Hall, Bruce Webster, Demetrius Hall, Stephen Beckley, and Marvin Holloway. Orlando, Bruce, and Marvin, they were running a drug trafficking operation in Arkansas, and Stephen, he was living in Irving, Texas at the time. He would help the men purchase drugs around Dallas and Fort Worth, and then Stephen would move the weight to Pine Bluff and pass it off to Marvin, who would then stash it in his crib. September 21st, 1994, Orlando met with Demetrius and Stephen in Texas, and then they met with Lisa Renee's brother Neil Renee and her half-brother Stanfield Vitalis. Now, Neil and Stanfield were given a large sum totaling about $5,000 to purchase drugs. Neil and Stanfield, they get that $5,000 and they dip the fuck out. So Orlando, who is feeling slighted at this point, he gets a friend who works for a phone company to trace Neil's cell phone, and they trace it back to the Polo Run apartments. Neil and Stanfield had given an excuse that they were robbed and their vehicle was stolen. But when Orlando, Demetrius, and Stephen pull up to Polo Run, they see the two men get into the whip that they claim was stolen. This is when the men begin to plot their revenge. September 24th, Orlando had Bruce Webster fly into Texas, and that evening, Orlando, his brother Demetrius, Stephen, and Bruce, they go back to the Polo Run apartments. With them, they brought a baseball bat, duct tape, and gasoline, and every intention to murder Neil and Stanfield. Instead of running into the two men, 16-year-old Lisa Renee answers the door. Now, I don't have time to talk about the 911 call, but it is harrowing, and I will be making another video about it. But Lisa, she was terrified as the men broke into the house. Unfortunately, the police did not arrive in time, and Lisa Renee was abducted and placed into Stephen's vehicle, and then the men drive off with her to Arkansas. Lisa was subjected to sexual assault by the men all along the way, and after a few stops, they purchased a motel room. And this is where I'm going to have to leave y'all, and y'all come back for part 2.